Well, hello and welcome to the Master's Table. As you can see, we got some stuff going on here. We already cooking. There's a big old turkey leg in there, and you have picked a very good day to join us.
Yep, this is a good one right here.
Very special.
This is a real good one today, Miss Cleveland. I always say that. Let me slip behind. I'm gonna say this, and you keep on talking.
I was just gonna say.
I just want to show y'all what we got going for we.
Yeah.
I went ahead, and I'm gonna go over all these ingredients. We got a lot of stuff to get to right here, but I went ahead and gave this big old smoked turkey leg a start. I got about 10 cups of chicken broth, chicken stock, whatever you want to call it, going in the pot. I want to go ahead and give this turkey leg a head start. So we already got this rolling. It's on the way. We got some gumbo style collard greens today. If you like collard greens and you like gumbo, you might want to stick around for this one right here. This is a good one right here, Miss Cleveland. And not only that, we got some real good Creole style cornbread. So y'all just hang with us. Y'all want this recipe, reach out to me at frankie393@gmail. I'll be glad to send it to you. Reach out our phone number, our information will be on the screen. We'll be glad to put this one in your hand. You're gonna want this one right here. You wanna level up your greens, this right here is gonna step your game up today.
Amen.
So just stay with us right here on the Master's Table.
Welcome back. We're about to get started on this dish. Now, let's just say there's a lot of ingredients in this one, and they'll be on the screen, but if you can't jot it down in time, you are welcome to email us. We will get the recipe to you.
Oh, yeah, and it looks like...
You're going to want this recipe.
This looks like a lot. I mean, but we got a couple of different things going on right here.
As the oven
says. Oven is ready. Yeah, as the oven says, you're going to want this one. I'm just going to give this sausage a quick little cut through because we're going to drop this in a minute. I'm going to tell you like I always tell you, we was talking about it just a minute ago, you can cook any of these dishes you want to if you do your prep in the beginning. If you'll go through your ingredient list and go ahead and prep it and stage it the way you're going to drop it in, that's all it is to it, brothers and sisters. All you got to do is do this prep part and you can cook anything. So let me cut this, Miss Cleo. I'm just giving this a rough chop right here. This is andouille sausage. We wanted something with full flavor in it today. I mean, some people said they like the beef or the smoked sausage or whatever, but we're going to try to go as authentic as we can today. Now, I'm not an authentic Cajun chef. I wish I was. I wish I knew all those tricks and secrets. But I do like to watch the guys that cook it, and I like to cook it to the best of my ability that I can. And this right here is just it looks like a lot, but it's really simple. Like I said, we got this 10 cups.
Huge.
Yeah, huge turkey leg in there, and all this is just flavor. You know, when you buy this smoked turkey leg, you know it's packaged and it's kind of the skin's done tightened up. All we try and do is let that skin loosen up and let it begin to loosen up and release the flavor, and then this meat right here will just fall off the bone ready, and it'll be part of our gumbo. And like I said, this is a gumbo style collard green. So what we need to do, Miss Cleveland, I need to find another. I tell you what, I got one right here. I'm gonna grab this big skillet and go ahead and cut that other eye on. And actually what we will do, let's set this for right now. Let's set that right there, and I'm gonna cut that one's on already. Okay, it's already on. I'm gonna turn it back just a little bit.
Cut it on, I cut it on.
Okay, I got you. Thank you, Miss Cleveland. Always looking out for me. So what we're gonna do right here is start, and I had to go ahead and pre-make this, and you can always pre-make a roux. It refrigerates well. But I want done this because this right here would take 30 minutes almost in itself to wait. Because I try to do it as slow, and I got this roux cooked to a dark brown chocolate. You don't want to burn it, but you want to get it. I tried to get it as dark as I could without burning it. And so we're gonna drop this in here, Miss Cleveland. And what I want you to do is take one of your wooden spoons and go ahead and start moving that around. And like I say, if you want, maybe sometime we can bore you to death with one episode to show you how to make this roux. All this is a cup of oil, cup of vegetable oil, and a cup of flour. And you put this in, and preferably not a non-stick when you're making the roux. It's okay for what we're doing now. But get you an aluminum or a cast iron pot or one of these Dutch ovens. Put that oil and flour in there, and you got to do what she's doing. You cannot stop for about 30 minutes on a medium heat. You can turn it up a little bit, but you have to keep this moving or it'll burn. It starts out as almost white, then it turns into a blonde color, then it turns into a light chocolate or peanut butter color, and then the longer you cook it, the browner it gets, and this is exactly where I wanted to get mine. So we're gonna let this warm up, and we're gonna start dropping some of these vegetables. Turn that back up.
This one?
Yeah, turn that back up. I want to keep this boiling because we're gonna add some stuff in this in just a few minutes. But like I say, once you get your roux done, this is the hardest part to me of this recipe. I mean, just prepping the ingredients. I mean, it's pretty simple. Miss Cleveland, I went ahead and cut up. I got the recipe calls for 2 large onions. But this is right here was just like 2 medium onions, but it calls for 2 large onions, and I went ahead and I had some bell pepper left, so I didn't have to cut another one up. But there's your bell pepper and your celery, your favorite. But you know, you can't cook a Cajun dish. We got to put that Trinity in there, Miss Cleveland. And so here's my other onion, but I didn't even cut up another onion because we got enough right there. We got that bell pepper. We got this. I'm just trying to cover these ingredients while you're letting that warm on up.
I'm waiting.
Turn it up a little bit more. Cause we got to get this goodness going. We got to get this thing started.
This is almost like making that candy, making fudge.
Yep. But we just want we want to let that get warmed up. And like I say, once your roux got up and got the temperature, then right here what you start doing. You might want to get one of your bigger spoons. Because we're just gonna add all this goodness right here. And I want you to just you got to keep on letting it move. Might be better with that square one on the bottom of that flat pan. I'm just trying to help you out, Miss Cleveland, but you can't let that stick. That has to keep moving. You like to stir? You got some stirring today. Keep it moving. What I'm talking about. Go on with it, Miss Cleveland. It's gonna get a little thick before it gets better, but just keep on. All right, that large onion and a half. That was 2 medium onions, so that's about a big onion and a half. And we got a bell pepper, and we got about 3 stalks of celery chopped up. And I didn't cut them up real small. I don't like them real small because I like to know it's there. So we got that going. So you got that going in there, Miss Cleveland. I want to talk about something over here. I want you to keep stirring that just for a minute. Just keep that moving a little bit, and we just want to let that just kind of just about marry, and then we're gonna move on to the next step. But I want to talk about this cornbread for a minute. I've already got my oven preheated at 350, and normally I'd cook my cornbread at 425. But this cornbread right here, it takes a little bit longer to cook, and and I've learned the hard way, if you cut it up to 400, it's gonna get real brown on the top before the inside gets done. So I've learned about 350 on this, about 45-ish minutes, maybe a little longer. It's according to what pan you cook it in and how thick it is makes all the difference in the world. So what we're gonna do on this right here, we're gonna start with 2 cups of cooked rice. This is already just regular, just white rice. If you had some yellow rice or whatever left over, you could use it. I had some white rice left over, so I'm gonna go ahead and dump that. I'm gonna dump 1 cup. Got 1 cup of yellow cornmeal. What you looking like over there, Miss Cleveland? Is it still sticky? It's just a paste. That's your roux. That's what's gonna be your thickening agent. But just keep that moving just for a few minutes, okay? All right, we got 1 red diced onion. Like I said, this is a lot of ingredients, and I'm moving kind of fast. But like I said, reach out to me if you want this recipe. Creole cornbread. All right, we got the red onion in there. We're gonna come with we got 2 tablespoons. This is probably more like 3 tablespoons of diced jalapenos. I had cut some up and had them left, Miss Cleveland, so I figured I might as well use them. And I know that looks like a whole lot of glob or something, but cut it down on about medium now and just keep stirring it. All we want to do is just let them onions cook just a little bit, those peppers and stuff, and we're just going to drop this in the pot right here. All right, I'm not going to put any salt in it, but I am going to go ahead and put, I've already measured it out. I got a teaspoon of baking soda. And I got some oil sitting around here somewhere. I'll set it right here somewhere. What'd I do with my oil, Miss Cleveland? Let me look, see if it's sitting right here. I might have set it right here on this island. I don't know. I set it right here somewhere. I know it's probably sitting right in front of me.
You can't use that?
Yeah, I can, but I probably need more than what's in this. It's sitting right here somewhere.
Well, I'd find it, but I have to stir. I have to
That's okay. Stirring. It's right here. It's sitting right here. I got some sitting right here in front of me. Right here. I got a big thing of oil right here. I'll just use this one. How about this one right here, Miss Cleveland? I'm going to use some of this oil right here. We're going to get a cup of this. You just keep on stirring over there if I can get the top off of it. There it goes. We need just 1 cup of oil. You just keep stirring. I got you, Miss Cleveland.
Ain't God good?
You show all the time. We ain't messing around with no oil. We got it. All right, we got a cup of oil. This vegetable oil. You could use a canola or whatever you may have, but this is vegetable oil. Always got oil sitting everywhere, and that was sitting right now. I had a smaller bottle. So, oh, here, look, here it is. I told y'all I had a little bottle. I knew I had it. Got too much going on. I told you I had it, Miss Cleveland. All right, now we got that. We got the oil. What you looking like over there?
I
You
don't
good?
know.
You don't know what you looking like? Go ahead and cut that on down. We're gonna add 1 can of cream style corn. No, borrow my dish up, Miss Cleveland. We got 2 eggs. And a piece of shell I got to get out right there. This cornbread is really good. All right, so now we come in with 3 cups of cheese, cheddar that would be, and a cup of milk. And give me one of your round spoons over there, Miss Cleveland. And if you want to.
This one?
Yep. That right there. Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and be mixing this. Now look, go ahead and take that and start putting that in your pot now. Just take it and dip. You may want to get that rounded spoon up there. Might be better if you got one. I don't know. You probably know better than I do. I don't know. I'm still trying to figure it out.
Just put it in there?
Yeah. Just go ahead and put it in there. I know it don't look right. Just go ahead. Just trust me. Go ahead and pop it on in there. But see, now we working with a dump and go. We working with a dump and go recipe now. That's really and truthful. Like I said, other than staging the ingredients, it takes a minute, and finding the cooking oil is one thing. But other than staging the ingredients, making that roux is it takes longer in this dish than anything else. And then it's the hurry up and wait game. You get it all prepared and let it cook for a while, and then that boils down to is how tender or how soft do you want your greens. So that's good right there. We're gonna talk about that in just a second. I'm gonna let you.
All right. Do you need this anymore?
No, I'll move that if you want me to.
I'll move.
You got it? Okay. I'll set this back over here so it's a little bit more manageable for you right there. Get it right here where you can handle it. But I know you love to stir. Now, what we're gonna do, Miss Cleveland, when you get back, we're gonna drop a few more things in here. Just waiting on you.
Here I come.
You got a dime holding up a dollar. Come on, get over here.
What you want?
Now we're gonna go ahead and drop this. I took those gloves off. I've been fooling with everything else. I'll drop this sausage. This was just 2 links of andouille sausage. This right here is where a lot of flavor and a lot of the spice is gonna come from. We used this in a previous recipe not long ago. See, it's full of flavor. It's already got the pepper and all that good stuff in there. Let me rinse my hands, and then we're gonna keep dumping. I'm gonna talk about this cornbread while you keep stirring. You just keep on stirring, Miss Cleveland.
I'm stirring.
You just keep doing your thing right there. All right. A heavy tablespoon of Creole. This is just cayenne pepper. It called for 2 tablespoons. I put 1. I can't handle that much. This is a teaspoon of celery seeds. What am I gonna do with you? And a teaspoon and a half or 2 teaspoons of paprika. You got the giggles today, hadn't you, Miss Cleveland? I don't know what I'm gonna do with you. All right. I think that's gonna be it right for a second. You just keep moving, because see how that's already starting to thicken up.
Yeah.
Go ahead and just keep on moving that right there.
I'm moving it.
And I want to talk about what I'm doing right here with this cornbread. I got too much going on. I can't laugh with you right this minute. So I'm gonna laugh at you in a minute. I'm trying to keep my mind wrapped around
Don't worry,
all this.
we got it.
Huh?
We got it.
We got it. We got it covered. Me and you down like 4 flat tires, ain't we, Miss Cleveland? Okay. Now, I told y'all we went ahead and preheated this oven at 350. Oh, that's a lot of heat coming out. I dropped 1/4 of a cup of oil in my pan when I started preheating my oven.
Push that way
Because
a
you
bit.
want this you want your pan to go ahead and be hot and this oil be hot so that your cornbread don't stick on the bottom. If you don't heat this up, it's gonna stick.
Yep.
Trust me on that one. I done it too many times.
I can vouch for that.
Now see, y'all see this mixture? It's kind of soupy. That's the reason why I was saying it takes it a little while to cook with these vegetables in there. But boy, this right here is some more good. And this is what I've been waiting on here. Listen to this. See, that's what it's all about right there. When you hear that, that's all I got to say about Miss Cleveland. I think it'll hold all of that. Look at her. Now that's a pan of cornbread right there. Creole style cornbread. And what we're gonna do is do that right there. That's what you want.
Don't do like I did and grab it when it was hot.
Oh yes. You don't want to. That wouldn't be good to grab that right now.
It wouldn't.
No, that would not be good. I know it wouldn't. I remember when you done that. Very easy to do too. So we're gonna pop this in and let this get it going. Now, like I told you, traditional cornbread I'd have cooked it at 400, 450 sometimes. But this cornbread right here, I've learned that with the vegetables and stuff in it, it don't cook as fast in the middle. And if you cook it the temperature's too hot on the outside, it tends to, the bottom and the top gets too brown before the inside does. Now let's bring move this. I'm gonna bring the star over, the collard greens. Now I brought these in just to kind of, I was gonna talk about cutting them like what we do sometimes, and it's all according. I mean, my grandmama, she always cut them up like this. She'd roll them up real small and cut them up little bitty like this. And you can take your knife and, split down the sides of your leaves, but I always just kind of cut mine off right here. I don't mind some of the stems. I don't want this in there.
Like 'em.
I don't want all this in there, but I don't mind some of the stems because when it cooks, it just gives it a little texture. But it's all, like I say, it's all according to what you want and what you like.
Yep.
So I know that looks like a lot. That looks like a lot in that pot, but this right here is gonna go ahead and turn that back up to that boil, Tina. Let me go ahead. I need to hit this and peel it right quick. I need to just a little mash right there. I'm gonna peel this, and we're gonna drop this in. I want just a little bit of more fresh garlic in there. We can add a little bit more garlic powder if we want to. You could even put some of that all-purpose, that spicy, if you wanted to. You could put it in there, and turn up the heat a little bit and get some more garlic. But I really like this fresh. It's just something about this fresh garlic, the way it tastes. So if we can get this.
No, it ain't about, it's about you using that thing.
Well, I like that too. It's something gratifying about fresh pressed garlic, I guess to say. But we'll go ahead and put these cloves in there.
So you leave this turkey leg in here?
Yeah, that cooks in there. And then of course we'll take the bone and all that. But see, when this gets done, yeah, go ahead, you can see it.
Got to be precise.
Go ahead and get all that good right there.
Don't waste anything.
No, we don't want to waste none of that. And I may put a little bit more in a little bit. But anyway, like I said, getting back to these greens, like I said, you could cut, my granny would break all that off. Sometimes she'd peel all this and she'd cut it. Some people roll them up like a big old tobacco leaves. They'll stack them up and roll them,
Why?
roll them up like a big old fat cigar, and then they'll chop them. It's just what I'm saying. Roll them up. They look like a big fat cigar to me. Some of them, my Granny Brown would do that. She would, and her pieces would be long. But when it cooks down, it's kind of cooked down.
Yeah.
But there's different ways to chop them and do. But these right here are cut down real small. So we've got all those ingredients dumped in there. So now that's coming back up to a boil. Let that sit 1 second. Yes, it's on that pop. So that's what we want it to do. So we're gonna start adding. These greens. And as I add them, just push them down. You ain't got to stir it, just push them down. Just keep packing them in there. Because as they cook, you know how they wilt down. And like I say, it looks like, and we are putting a whole lot in this pot. But we're just going to let them just wilt on down and let this right here cook. And once this comes back up to a good boil, we're going to get it up to a real good boil, and then we're going to turn the heat down on a low, in between a low and a medium. Let it cook for a little bit, and then we're just going to wind up on a low simmer and cook them until to our liking. Where I like mine pretty, like done. Mm-hmm. I don't like my greens not real done. So just kind of work those down, Miss Cleveland. Could I interest you in some oil?
No.
Would you like some?
No, go put it up.
Would you like? That's a big old jar for 1 cup, right? One big jar. So I want you to let that keep on boiling. And I'm gonna get you just a little. You know what? I want to put just a little bit more water, I think, in that.
Ooh.
Miss Cleveland, what is wrong with you today? Put top on. Put top on. I'm done with you today.
Oh, you done?
What am I doing?
What's next, sir?
What am I doing? We just want to let this boil. We just want to let this cook.
Ain't God good?
He's always good. All the time. All the time. We're just waiting on the cornbread. You gonna eat some Creole cornbread?
Mm-hmm. I sure am.
It's cooking. It's gonna like.
So how long does it take that to cook?
At 350 with that thick, we would check that at 45 minutes.
Okay.
We would check that at 45 minutes, and then it might be done. I don't know. It's just every oven cooks different. But I would check it at about 45 minutes. And the best way to check that is to toothpick test it, or stick a fork or a knife or something in there, make sure it comes out clean, and you can tell, the inside. I don't know what I'm gonna do with you. Is cornbread that funny to you today? Lord have mercy. I don't know what I'm gonna do with you. All right. Bless the Lord. Like I said, 45 minutes, check it, and you may have to let it go. And if it looked like it was getting too brown, and you thought the inside needed to be cooked, you could cover it with some tin foil so the inside wouldn't cook too much. But other than that, I mean, it would be good.
And how long does this cook?
I'd check that at 30. Check them at 30
So
for the
this
tenders.
is not one of those quick meals you can do.
Well, I mean, you're talking probably 20 minutes of preparation in the front end with all your ingredients, and then once you put it together, and then it needs to cook another 30, 45 minutes. And some people want to cook them an hour. Some people put them on low and cook them all day long. So it's just according to your these kind of recipes. You got to do you. You got to do what you think you need to do or to get it to where you want it. Because like I say, everybody's different about how they want the greens cooked. Some people don't like them real super soft, and then again, it's according like I say, you got that at a boil. So what we're gonna do? See, it's starting to boil now. So what we want to do is just cut this down. We're gonna cut that down, and we'll take a break, and we would check it, and then we'll come back in about 30 minutes and see what we got.
Okay.
But y'all don't go nowhere. It won't be 30 minutes before we be back. But we'll be
back in a minute.
We're gonna have you some greens here in just a minute. Stay with us right here on the master's table.
All right, welcome back. We're going to see how this turned out. It looks delicious, but first of all, I'm going to give you your tip of the day. If you want to cut up herbs, like what fresh herbs you get at the grocery store or whatever, parsley, thyme, whatever. I don't guess thyme. But anyway, roll it up. Roll it up on your cutting board. Get you a pizza cutter and roll it back and forth. It'll be much easier than trying to use a knife on all of that.
That's great. That's good.
That is your tip of the day. Your verse of the day is Proverbs 1:7. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge, but fools despise wisdom and instruction.
Said
and
it right
we
there
are
in the word.
in the day where that is going on.
Yep, that's right.
Amen. Yes, sir.
Yep, that preaches all day long, all by itself.
All right. This recipe, look at this.
I'm still on that fear of the Lord. Boy, I like that. That's where it all begins. When you learn the fear of the Lord, it begins right there.
It does.
Now, y'all saw what we put in here. Y'all saw all that goodness. You seen that turkey leg I had over here? I mean, well, I had put it in the pot. I already had it boiling when we come on. But see, after that thing cooks a while, look at this. If y'all,
It just
I don't know if you can see
falls apart.
that. It starts coming off. I mean, it just starts falling off. So what I'll do is go through and pick that meat off, and then of course I'll get the bone out, so you don't have to eat the bone.
Thank you.
But you might want to know on the bone. I got to watch you. This cornbread.
No, thanks.
I mean, this cornbread. I mean, I've already been nibbling on it. I've been cutting it. I took it out and let it rest a little bit, but it also almost has the consistency of like a dressing. It's not. It's not a dry.
Yeah, it's not like dry cornbread.
When I made up the cornbread, I put that 2 cups of rice in there. So I had some rice left over. So see, I packed that in there, and this right here, what I'm getting ready to do. Right here. This is what I'm talking about right here, Miss Cleveland. See. Now you can have all the rest of the show. You can talk about what you want to. Right
Yeah, I would say this is a Southern recipe, wouldn't you?
Yep.
So there might be some people out there looking and say, like, what in the world are you cooking?
Yep.
This is how we eat down here, and it's good.
This right here is exactly how I eat right here.
If you would like this recipe, get in touch with us at frankie393@gmail.com. You can call us. I believe the number is on the screen at the end of the show. We'll be glad. Just reach out to us. We'll be glad to help you any way we can.
Let me
Get
tell
you
you
a
something.
recipe.
This is easy and good.
Until then, join us next week on the Master's Table. Love you. God is good. God loves you.